Okay, Judy, we're working on the transitions on Muddy Blues. First thing I want you to do is just look at the fourth beat of measure 1, and you got that E, G. All right, I want you to add the E that comes after it, the first beat of measure 2. So you have E, G, E. Make sure you're playing G with your first finger. E, G, E. All right, you can tug on that with the bend is all you want, but that's not the focus of this. We're trying to connect the measure 1 and measure 2, and that's the best way to do it. E, G, E. When you're ready, then drop your third finger on 10, because that's the next part of that beat. So it's going to be E, G, E, 10th fret, first string. E, G, E, 10. E, G, E, 10. And then the next beat is just pinching and playing that 10 again. Okay? So add that to it. E, G, E, 10, pinch, 10. E, G, E, 10, pinch, 10. When that feels good, add everything before it. So you're on the third finger on the 12th fret. Okay, I didn't talk you through that, but basically just take the first full measure, and then when you're playing those bass notes, use them to transition into the next part. Okay, so that's all you would do with that, is focus on the bass notes, keep going into the 10th fret, and then add the notes that are before that. All right. For this next one, we're going to move on to the next time that happens, which is the end of measure 2, E, G, E, and then you're going up to the 12th fret again. Okay, E, G, E, third finger on the 12th fret to get us into measure 3. E, G, E, 12 with our third finger. Okay. E, G, E, 12. And then when you're ready, finish that measure off. E, G, E, 12, pinch, middle finger drops down. Okay, and that finishes off measure 3 with a low E if you want to. Okay, again. That's getting you from the E, G, E into the rest of measure 3. So the next thing you would do is try and add the beginning of measure 2 and see how you do. So third finger's on 10. That transition is a little bit harder to do. Then once that feels good, try and put measures 1, 2, and 3 together. Okay, you're just doing a little bit at a time. Just start thinking about those bass notes as the connections between those. New measures today were the B7 measure at the end of line 3, which you did great. B7 without the pinky. You're just going to play through the first 2 beats, which is 1 and then triplet. Again, 1, triplet. Then you're going to take your middle finger and move it down to F sharp, keeping everything else down. And you're going to play 3 and 4 and. Again, 3 and 4 and. Altogether that measure is 1, so you put the B back down, so it's B7. 1, triplet. Middle finger moves to F sharp, 3 and 4 and. Just practice that over and over and over again. You did great with that. Next thing is that little phrase that ends, let's see, last line, second measure. You have an open E and E. We're going to ignore that, okay? Third finger is going to go on to 12th fret of the first string. We're not going to worry about the bass notes for a second, okay? Your third finger is playing 12 3 times. Okay, no big deal. The next thing, though, we're going to go 12, 10 on that string. So third finger plays 12, first finger plays 10. Then you're going to do the same thing on the next string. 12, 10. Okay, so if I put all that together, we have 12, 12, 12, and then 12, 10, next string, 12, 10. Okay, again, 12, 12, 12, 12, 10, 12, 10. Okay, next thing you're going to do, your first finger's on 10. Okay, you're going to move that down to 8 on that same string, and then drop your middle finger and play 9 on the next string. Okay, so it's 12, 12, 12, and then 12-10 on first string, 12-10 on second string. That first finger that just played 10 moves back 2 frets to 8, and then middle finger drops down to 9 on the third string, right where it wants to be. Okay, without talking. Add the bass notes, triplet, triplet, triplet. That's not the easiest thing to do in time, so just take your time with it. If you're not ready for the bass notes, don't add them. If you're not ready to do the triplets, don't worry about it. If you're not ready to do it in time, don't do it. But once you feel comfortable, then you can just kind of play it all with, play the whole phrase and include the pinch at the beginning of the last measure. So you have okay. Have fun with that. No worries. Take your time. It's going to be good. And I'll see you next week.